Yeah, hello there, and welcome to this particular new course over here. And you can also find this particular course in my website, which is the mobileacademy.io. And you can go to the free course over here, and you can always sign up for the Flutter for Complete Beginner. Currently, this course is for free, and everybody can sign up for free for now. But in the later stage, it may cost you. And if you also want, or if you want to be a job ready Flutter developer, you can always go and check out my courses over here. And there are a lot of the Flutter development courses which will lead you to be a job ready Flutter developer. And make sure to go and check out all of these courses. But if you are not interested on any of these particular paid courses, you can always go and grab my free courses from here. You can also get the React Native as well as the Flutter course from here. So let's get started with our course over here, and let's meet in the next lecture. Let us continue with our lesson over here, and in this particular lesson, let us try to add the packages that we are going to require to build our Google Generative AI application. So for that, let's go and search for some of the packages, and first one that we will require is the Google Generative AI over here. And let's go and select this particular first one, which comes from the google.dev from here, and let's select this one from here, and let's go to the installing, and we'll copy this particular package from here, and let's copy back this one, and let's go back to our this particular project over here. This is a empty project that I have created over here, and we'll go to the pubspec.yaml file, and let's just add our dependency over here. That will be the first one, will be of the Google Generative AI over here. And let's also copy this particular link from here, and I would like to add it over here, so in case I want to check for the documentation, it will be much more easier to just click and install it from here, or click and view it from here. So once we have that, that's good. So the next step is we will require the one more package that will be of the, let's go back over here, and let us search for the Flutter Markdown package over here. This will the a Markdown render for the Flutter. So this will basically render the HTMLs for us, so, right, the markup language for us. So you can just go and read the documentation over here, and let's go to this particular installation from here, and we'll just copy this particular dependency from here, and we'll go back to our pubspec.yaml file and add that particular dependency over here, and I'll also copy this particular link and add it over here for the documentation purpose, and I'll just remove this one as well from here. So we have two packages. One is for the Google Generative AI, which we will be using to connect to the Google Generative AI API, and we have the Flutter Markdown to display all of the Markdown languages. And we will have the one more the package that I would like to add over here. That is, if you go and search for the WeChat assets picker, because I'll be using this particular picker over here to select the images from my gallery. So later I want to upload some images to the Google Generative AI, and which is of the Gemini, right? So let's just copy this particular installation. I want to use this one. You can also use the image picker library, but this one is quite helpful for me because I just want to select, I want to limit the selected image over here. So I just want to select, let's say you can select 1 or 2 images only. So I want to put some restriction over there. That's why I'm going to use this particular WeChat asset pickers over here, and just copy this particular dependency, and I will paste it over here, and I'll just copy the link as well, and I'm going to paste it over here. So let's just go and comment this one out, and I'll remove this one. And once I have all of those, I'll just go over here, and I'll just go and learn the FLU to the Flutter pub-get command, and that should go and install the dependencies for us. and let us wait for it to complete, and I guess that it's good enough. So all of the dependencies has been installed and we don't get any of the error. So let's wait for this one. Okay, so we are done over here. And once the dependency is installed for us, next thing is that what we need to do is we need to start working with our application over here. So for that, let's do it in the next lecture. Till then, have a great day. Let us continue with our lesson over here, and the next step what we will do over here is we will create some of the screens that we are going to require. So let's go and create the new folder over here, and let us call this one as the scren screen over here, and we will add some files over here. First one will be of the chat scren screen.dot file, and we will require one more that will be of let's say this will be of the multi let's say a multi-modal. So moda model dot the multi-modal, I guess we'll just say the scr screen over here, and dot the dot file. So we have the two, and I'll just add one more that will be of the let's say that will be of the home, or maybe we'll call this one as a dashboard dashboard. I guess that was dashboard screen, and dashboard screen. Okay, so I guess it's gone over here, so I just need to rename this one. So that will be of the dashboard scr screen dot the dot file. So once we have this particular 3 screen, and I'll just go and create the class over here that will be of the dash board dashboard scr in screen over here, and I'll extend it from the stateless we get over here, and let me go and import the package of the Flutter material package over here, and let's just go and close this one over here. And what we need is we need to override the build method over here, and let's just go and fix this one over here, convert using a super parameter. That should be good enough. So we got remove the warning over there, and from here we need to return the let's say scaffold from here, and I'll just add a simple app bar which is of the dashboard, and then the simple body, and I guess I'll just add the body of the center, and in the center I'll just go and add the column over here, and let's add the children, and in the children we will just go and add the let's just go and add some buttons over here. So file the filled button over here, and let's just go and add that one over here, and this will be of the callback function, and then we will have the child will be of the const of the text over here, and the first one will be of the chat, so we can navigate to the chat screen over here, and I can't have the const over here. I just have to remove that one over here, and once we click on this one, we want to later navigate to one of the screen that will be of the chat screen, and currently we haven't created that, but we are going to create it soon. And the next will be of the this will be of, let's say this will be of the text to image or something. So let's say text to image over here, and let's just add the const over here, and then the size box, and then I'll just give the height of, let's say, a 16 over here, and that should be fine. And let's just go and try to restart the application over here, and we can't see that one, because if you go to the the file over here, main.dot file, I have to remove the center widget, and I just have to pass in the dashboard screen over here. So let's just go and rerun this one. So now we got the dashboard, chat, and then the text to image over here, or this should be of the image to text, not the text to image. So I made a mistake over there. So let's go back to our dashboard screen, and where is that dashboard screen? I guess, where was that? Okay, so sorry for that, this should not be here. I made a mistake. It should be on the dashboard screen over here. and sorry for that. So I just have to now remove this one from here. Actually I made a mistake and I put it into the wrong file. So let's just import it over here and we should be good to go. And now for this particular column, what we'll do is we'll make the main axis alignment to be of the center. So main axis alignment of the center. So I just wanted to move it to be center. The next thing I want to fix it over here is it should be of the image to the image to text, because we are going to upload the image and get some text back from the Google Generative AI or the Gemini over here. So once we are done with that, what I will do is I'll just go to my chat screen and let's just go and create the simple screen over here class, and that will be of the chat scr chat screen chat scr in screen extends with the stateful widget over here. So let's just import it from the Flutter material package over here, and let's just go and create our another state over here, and that's going to be of the chat screen state, and then we extend it from this state. So now our simple chat screen is there, and we have some these warning over here. So let's just convert it to the making use of the super parameter over here, and the scaffold is just going to return for now app bar with the chat. And for now let's just go and return a simple body from here. Later we are going to amend it, but for now let's just keep it a simple one, and I'll just copy the whole thing from here and I'll go back to the multi-modal screen, or we can rename this one to something better name, I guess. That will be of the image underscore to the text screen over here. So that what we are going to rename it over here. So image to the text over here, image to the text screen. I just have to replace it everywhere that is being used. So let's just go and copy and replace it everywhere, and we should be good to go now. And here I'll just say image to the text over here, and this will be of the image to the text screen over here. And what we'll do now is we'll go back here and we want to navigate over there, and you can use the any routing packages, but I will stick with the Navigator 1.0. so we just want to focus on the state management using the set state, as well as the how to make use of the Gemini API over here. So for that I'll just go and make use of the Navigator package over here, and I want to push this particular to the context and then the route. So let's just go and make use of this one, and I'll just try to arrange it properly over here, and then the route will be of the material page route, and then the builder will be of the I just have to we are not going to use this one, so I just will make it as underscore, and this is going to return us the chat screen from here, and I'll just make this one as a const for now, and I'll just copy the whole thing from here, and I'm going to paste it below, and here we are going to return our image to the text screen over here. So that's cool. So let's just try to reload it over here, and now we got the chat and the image to the text. If I click on this, I should navigate over here, and if I click on here, I should navigate to image to text screen. So that's cool. So the first step of the creating our UI is good enough, and the next step is we will start working with our chat screen so that we can connect to the APIs over here, and then we will be chatting with the or let's build a chatbot over here. So that's all for this lesson, and we will meet up in the next one. Till then, have a great day. Let us continue with our lesson over here. So the next step is we need to generate a API key for our for the Gemini or our generative AI over here. So you should go to the AI Studio google.com over here, and you need to get a one new API key, or if you have already generated, that should be fine as well. And you need to go to the get the API key over here and generate a new key. I have already generated a new key over here, and I'll be using this one over here. And if you haven't generated, make sure to go and create the new API key from here. And once you have that, what we'll do is we'll go back to our project over here, and let's close all of this from here, and we'll go to the lib folder and create the new folder UTI util over here. And inside this, I'm going to add a new file that will be of the app_const app_const file over here. Let's create the const of the string that will be of the API key over here, and that will be of the key that we just copied it from here. So we need to paste it, copy it from here and paste it over here. Next, I will get a string, and that will be of the Gemini that will be of Gemini model, and model, or let's just say Gemini model. Let's just give a Gemini model, and that will be of the equals to of the text that will be of the Gemini, and then the pro over here. The first one will be of the text, or to take the chat will be using a Gemini pro over here. And next we will require one more, that will be of the Gemini vision Gemini vision model, that will be of the Gemini pro vision vision. So this is the two model that we are going to later use. That one will be for the text to text, and one is for the text to image model that we are going to use. So once we have that, let's go back to our screen, and in the chat screen we will set up our the Gemini model over here. So let's just go and add some of the required fields over here. So what we will require, the first one we'll require is the let variable over here, and that will be of the let fi final gene generate I guess where is that? Okay, I can gene, right, rative generative. Okay, so I can't find that generative model over here, and I'll just name it as the model of the underscore over here, and I need to import over here. So let's go onto the top, let's import this particular package over here, that will be of the pscage package over here, and that will be of the Google generative AI. So we should import this particular package over here, and we got that one over here. And the next is let, and that will be of the we require a chat session over here, that is also coming from that particular package over here. If you take a look, that is also coming from that one. So we will rename this one to be of the underscore the chat session over here, or let's just say underscore the chat chat session over here as well. So we have the two variable that we require. So let I will require some more, let final, and then the scroll scroll controller, scroll controller over here, the scroll context, sorry, contr scroll controller, and that will be of the scroll controller. And I guess I will move this one to be on the here, so that will be good. So let, and then I will require one more, that will be of the final, and then the text editing controller. So we require a text editing controller as well. And then I will require a let of the final variable of the focus node. So later we can change the request the focus node. And once we have that, let's create the init state method over here, override this particular init state method over here. And once we have that, we need to initialize all of our the key. So the let's just go and have this one, generative AI. So let's just go, and this is the app const, so I need to import this one. So that should be of the app. Okay, so I just don't have to have this, I just have to say the API key over here, right? And then the next, after the API key, I also need to provide the model. So the two fields is required, one is the API key and one is the model over here. So let's just go and import this two over here, and I'll just try to arrange it properly over here. The model, we are going to use the Gemini model, which is the text to text model, because we are going to create a chatbot so we can have a two-way chat conversation. And for that, we are going to make use of the Gemini model over here that we have already set the const value. And then we'll have the API. And once we have that, we'll also have we'll initialize our scroll controller for our scrolling controller, right? So later we can move down to the screen or move up to the screen programmatically, as well as we'll have the text controller for the user can chat some text or put some text and send it to the API. And the focus node, so we can request the focus to our text editing controller. And this chat session will keep the history of all of our chat sessions. And here I just need to say that I need to start the chat session, so this is not what I want. And here what I will go and do is the chat, not the chat, it should be of the model that we have, right? So we have the model, and then I can just go and set the start the chat over here. So once I start the chat, now the session is ready, so we can go and start chatting with our API. So I'll just go and set this one, the str start the chat over here, and this will be off to let's say as it is set up the MODL model over here, right? And I guess I'll just move this all of this section to the before this one, so that should be much more cleaner, I guess. And I guess we have set this up. And next thing is that we need to have a override the dispose method as well. So we need to dispose some of this. The first one will be of the controller, right? So scroll controller, sc scroll controller dot d. I need to dispose this one, and the next I need to have the I have the text editing controller dot the dispose as well. And then the underscore the focus node that we have dot the dispose as well. So I need to dispose all of this to prevent the memory leak as well. So this should be the setup for our this particular. Okay, so this will be set up for our the generative AI model that we are going to use over here. And next is we need to start creating the UI over here. So I guess that's all for this lesson, and we will continue with this one. The next step is we need to go and start creating our UI, and let's do that on the next lecture. Till then, have a great day. Let us continue with our lesson over here, and the next step what we'll do over here is let us go and add one so the user can enter a text and they can send it to the API. So we'll add a text form field over here. So for that we'll go to our lib folder and let's add a new folder over here. Let's call this one as a widget over here, and inside this let's create the new file and let's call this one as the chat text form field dot file, and let's create the class over here that will be of the chat text form field field, which will extends from the stateless widget over here. So let's make use of, I guess, stateful, or let's make use of the stateless widget from the material package, and I guess that should be the one that we currently require over here. And we'll add the class constructor, and let's have the build method over here, and let's go and convert it to the super parameter over here, and that should be fine. And from here we are going to return the text field. We are going to return a text form field because we want to do some validation over here. And I guess let's go and add some the configuration for our text form field. And I guess we will require some of the parameters to pass in over here. So the final FOC focus node, and then I will require a focus node over here, and that will be of the focus node. And also I'll require the final of the text editing controller, that will be of the controller. Final, I'll also require the boolean, that will be of the each read only over here. And also I'll require the final of the void function, functin function, which will take the type as the string, which is of the nullable type, and that will be of the let's say on file the field submit sub, right, submitted. I guess that should be fine. And okay, so here I need to have the comma, and okay, I need to have not the comma, I need to close it over here, sorry for that, not the comma, I need to close it as well over here. So that should be fine. And here let's just go and add all of our the prompts over here. The first one will require will be of the this dot the focus node, right, and then the controller, and then the read only by default will be of the false, and then we require one function callback which will be of the on field submitted over here. And once we have that, let's go down over here and autofocus, autofocus, not the auto, not the o, autofocus, that will be of the by default will be of the true. So we just want to autofocus on that particular text field. Autocorrect, I will just make this one as the false, so I don't want to automatically correct the text over here. And then the focus FOC focus node, then we have the focus node from what we are passing in, right? And then the controller, CONTRO controller that we will have is the controller that will pass in. And then the read only will be of the each read only field that we are going to pass in over here. And then on submitted field we are going to call back that particular function. And let us add some decoration over here. Hint, I will just type a message, or we'll just go and say this one as the enter your prompt over here. So we can prompt for the AI to generate some text for us. And then the that should be fine. And I will also have some like the content padding over here, and then that will be of the let's just say of the all, intersect of the all, and I'll just provide the 16 for that one. And once we have that, let's go and set up the border, and the border will be of the, let's say, the outline input border. And here we are going to set the border radius, that will be of the border radius will be of the border radius dot the let's just set it to the all over here. And then the let's make this one as a radius dot the circular, and let's give us something like a 32 over here, and that should be, I guess, good to go. And let's just set the border side over here, and then the border side will be of the border side. And I'll just go and set the color for that particular border will be of the theme. I'll make use of theme dot the, not the theme data, theme dot of context, right? And I'll just make use of the dot the color, color color schema dot, I'll make use of the secondary color, or you can just choose any color that you prefer, and that should be fine. And here can't be invoked the const, so we have somewhere const, it can't be invoked from here, and that's the thing that we have to remove. And I have to make this one as a const and this one as the const too. So that should be good enough. Decoration, and then we can also add the, let's add the comma over here. Okay, not here, and I guess it should be over here, the focus border. So once there is a focus, I also want to have the focus border over here, and then the focus border, I'll also just copy this particular content from here and I'll just paste it over here, and just the color I will make it a different one, and this will be of the primary over here. So once it is on the focus, we'll change the color, and otherwise it will be of the secondary color that will be filled. And we also require the final, the validator over here. We want to validate this particular field, right? If it is the empty, we don't want to send it. So we'll check for if it is of the null, or if the value of each of the empty, then we'll just say please enter some text, or please enter some prompt prompt over here, and otherwise we'll just say return null. So that should be the one that we currently require over here. And let's go to our chat screen, and in the chat screen, after the body, we have the bottom navigation bar, and we'll make use of this one. And I will add a safe area over here, and let's, in the child, I'll just go and add some, let's just add the padding first of all. So we require some padding over here. Let's try to arrange this one over here, and I'll just say the const of the edge insect of the all, that will be of, I'll provide let's say 8.0. I guess that should be fine. And let's just go and arrange this one properly over here, and let's try to arrange this one over here. And here, that will be of the I want to add the, okay, in the child here, inside this particular we need to add the child property, and in the child property I'll make use of the row over here, and I guess that should be fine. And in the row, we are going to add our let's just go and add the children first of all. So row, and then the children, right? And in the children, let's go and add our children over. So let's remove this one. Let's go and add our children, and let's just try to arrange this one properly over here. First thing, we will require our chat, right? chat, and that was the text form field. We require this one over here, and we need to pass in some of the prompts over here. And I guess we need to wrap this one with the one we get, that will be of let's say flex, flexible. And in the flexible, I'll just set this one to be of the flex of the 3, because since this is of the row, and we need to row, right? And then we want to have the text, and then the one button over here, so the user can click on that and send that to the API. And after that, what I'm going to do is I'll go and add the const of the size box over here, and that will be of the, I'll set a width of, let's say something like 8.0 over here, and that will give some spacing over here. And I guess I'll also add one filled button over here, or maybe we'll just say the elevated elevated, right? So eleva elevated, vated elevated, butt elevated button over here, and that should be, I guess send should be fine over here. And also we once we have inside this particular text form field, we need to add our controller that we are going to pass in. That will be of our controller, I think. Let's go and see what we have. Here is a text controller, so we'll just pass in the text controller. And then the next what we have is the focus node, and we also have that in our setup. That will be of the focus node that we have. And then we also need to pass in the read only over here, and read only will be of if it is of the each loading, I think, yes, right? So we have, I guess we have set up there the boolean somewhere. I guess we don't have that particular value over here. Maybe you have to set that one, because only if it is of the loading, then we are going to enable that particular button. So for that, I'll just go and say the let value of the bool, and that will be of the underscore each load and each loading over here. And let's go and set that one up over here. Each loading that we have, right, will be by default will be of the false over here. So we can pass this one each loading over here, right, and that is what we have to pass. And next is we need to pass in the function callback. So currently we don't have any function. Let's go down, and that will be of the when we submit the form. So I'll just go and say the void and on field submitted, right. I'll just or we'll just rename this one to be something like underscore private function, and that will be of the send send the text, or send the chat message, I guess. Send the chat message, send the chat message over here. And we'll call this function whenever we click on field submitted, it's called over here. And we have some error over here, so let's go back to our text form field, and let's see what we have over here. So let's remove these unused imports, and I guess this should not be here. It should be of the offside of the nullable function over here, and that should fix that particular issue over here. So once we have that, I guess we for this one also we need to call that particular function, right? So send the chat message over here once we click on that particular button, and we will also need to pass in the text controller the text. So the whatever text controller we have, we send that particular text back to that particular function callback over here. And I guess we'll also look into the condition over here. If it is of the we will check for the if not each loading, right? So underscore each loading. If it is not loading, then we are going to create this one. So let's just go and create this one, and let's just set it over here. So if it's not loading, then we are going to pass in this particular elevated button. Otherwise what we will do is we'll just go and set the else condition over here, and we'll just set the loading indicator over here, so we can see the progress indicator over here. And that will be, I'll just make this one as the adaptive over here, so we can get the native progress indicator over here. That should be good enough. So we have some error. Let's see where is that particular error for now, and let's just remove this one which is of unused, and let's see where is the error that we have. Okay, so here is the error, and that should be fine. So let's try to reload our and go to the chat screen, and now we can see that we have this nice looking the text field over here, as well as the send button over here. And I guess that's the thing that we will do in this particular lesson. We have added our this particular the enter the prompt, the text form field, and the next is we will try to implement our the list over here. So let's do that on the next lesson. Till then, have a great day. Let us continue with our lesson over here. So the next step is we need to create our the list over here, the chat screen list over here. So for that we also require some of the to create a widget over here, and for that let's go and create the new widget over here. That will be of the something like a message WID widget over here, and I'll call this one as the dot file. And let's create a simple class that will be of the message message WID widget over here, that will extend from the stateless stateless over here, and we are not going to have some stateful widget over here. So let's just go and implement this one over here. And first thing, we'll require some string that will be of the text, or we'll just say this is of the message over here. And then next we will also require the final that will be of the boolean, and so bool bool, and we will say each if from user. So we will check if that is from that current user over here. So I guess that should be the two field that we require, and we'll just say const of the message widget over here, and let's try to arrange this one from here properly over here. And we'll just set this, both of these field are required field over here, and that should be fine. And we need to fix this one super key over here, and that should be good enough. And let's go and have the override the build method over here. And once we have override the build method, we are good to go. And from here we'll return the row over here. So let's go and return the row widget over here, and let's have the children over here, and let's remove this widget from here, and that should be fine. And let's close it below over here. And then we'll also set the here the main axis alignment. So if it is from the user, we want to send it to the end, right? So if it is from the user, then we'll send it to the end, otherwise we'll set it to start. So if the message is from the user, we want to send it to the end, and if it is from the model itself, then we'll put it in this side over here. So we'll set the row over there. And once we have that, let's go and add the widget over here. So I'll just make use of the flexible widget as well over here, since we are in the row, and we need to arrange this two over here. So let's just go and set the children, and here we'll set the container container to add some design over here, decoration over here. So constraints, I don't want to cover the whole screen over here, right? So I just want to cover some around 80% for that particular the container over here. So for that, I'll just make use of the box constraints over here, and I'll set the max width for this one will be of the I'll make use of the media query of context over here dot the size, and I'll get the width from here, and I'll just set it to be of the 0 dot maybe 80%. So that should cover around the 80% over here. And we have some error over here, the media query of the maximum width, not the height, so it should be of the max width over here. And then the media query of context, okay, so it should not be inside here, sorry for that. It should be of the it should be outside of that one. So let's just go and remove this one from here, sorry for that. It should be of the context over here, and I need to get that from here, media query of size, and then I get the width, and I'll just multiply it by 0.80. That should give us the 80% over here of the constraint for our container over here. And next is we'll go and add the decoration for this one, and I'll make use of the box decoration. And in the box decoration, we'll fill the color. So let's say we'll just set the color. If it is from the user, then we are going to set the let's just make use of the material theme over here. So that will be of the, let's say if it is of the from the user, then we'll go and set the theme, not the text, it should be theme dot of context over here. And I'll make use of the dot the color schema dot, and I'll just say a primary, let's just make it as a primary container. And otherwise it is off from the model itself, then we'll just copy this one from here, so I don't have to retype, and that will be of the let's just make use of something like a surface pattern. You can just go and play around with this particular color, and I'll just make use of this one for now, and later we'll see if we need to change that one. And next will be of the border, right? So that will be of the border radius that we want to set up over here, and I just need to close it over here. And then the border radius will be of the border radius dot, I will make use of the, I guess, a circular over here, and just make use of the 16.0 over here, and that should be the good enough. And let's go over here and let's add the after the decoration we can have the padding for this one, right? Padding, I'll just make the const of the edge intersect of the edg edge intersect of the all, or let's make use of the symmetric over here, so we can set the different the padding over here. So for the horizontal, first of all we'll set the something like 18, dot o, and for the vertical we'll just set something like 12. I guess that should be fine. Now you can just go and play around with this particular configuration, and after that we can have the margin over here and the const of the edge insect over here. And for this one we'll only make use for the bottom, so only we'll add a bottom margin over here that will be of the 8.30 for now, and we'll see later if that doesn't look good we can change it. So for the child we are going to add the mark on DOW, and I guess the markdown BODY body that we have previously added over here, and we'll just go and set this one to be of the select. Okay, so I just need to it should be of the markdown over here, and I need to import this one. So let's go on to the top over here, and I need to import this particular package that will be psckage package over here, and that will be of the flu to the flutter underscore the markdown. So I need this one, and here it takes some of the prompts. Requires is the data, so let's just pass in the data first, and data will be of the message that we have to pass in over here. And also we can set this one to be of the selectable each of the true, so user can select that particular message over here, copy it, right? And there are a lot of other the configuration that you can pass in over here, and by default all of these are true, shrink, wrap, fit, content, soft line break. So you can just go and play around with this particular configuration. The required field is just the message over here. So that should be good enough, and let's go back to our chat screen. And in the chat screen what we need to do now is we need to go to our, let's go to the body now, and in body we need to return our let's say we want to set up the padding first of all, and then the padding will be we'll just set the padding for let's add the padding that will be of the const of the let's say the edge insect for all, and maybe we'll just go and set the 8.0 for now, and below that we'll add the child over here, and child will be of the list view. I'll just say list view builder. I guess we'll make use of the list view builder over here, and we have the item builder. Let's try to arrange this one over here properly, and here we are going to set the controller will be of the scroll controller for this particular list view that we have already created, and then we have the item count will be of the underscore the chat session that we have, and it has the option for the history over here, and we'll make use of the history dot the length over here, so we can grab that one over here. And then finally we have the item builder. This requires the, let's go and say this one requires the context, right? UNTXE context, and then the index INDX index over here, and let's return from here our widget. So first of all we need to get the value, so content over here, CONTNT content that we will get, and that will be of the chat session that we have dot the history, right? So chat session dot the history, and this history is basically iterable, so we just need to convert it to the list over here, and then once we get the list we can extract the index over here. So we have some error over here, so let's try to see the const variable must be initialized with the const value. Okay, so we have the const, so let's just make this one as the variable itself, so let's just not convert it to the const over here. And then the final we have the message over here, and we need to extract the message from this particular content. So you can see this is a content over here, and from this content we need to extract the message. So let's go and create one function to extract that particular message. So for that let's go below over here, and let's create one function over here that will return us the string, and let's say we'll say to get the message from CONTNT content over here, and we'll pass in our CONTNT content from, and let's just say this is of the content that we have, and let's go and return some value from here, and I'll just go and say the var, and that will be of the text that we want to get, and I'll just say which is of equals to the content that it has, so content content, right? So this is the content that we require. So if you check it, it has the parts, which is the list of the parts. So we need to check in this one, so listed parts, and then I'll just say dot the where the type. So we want to check the type. It also has a different type over here, and type will be of the, let's go and grab the text part over here. So I guess the text part is here. That is also from the Google Generative AI package itself. So we want to select only where the type is of this particular text type over here, and then finally I will go and map this one over here. And once I get the map, so here you can see that we get the text part over here, and from here we just need to set this one I want to return a text from here, right? So we get the text over here, and then that should be the one, I guess. And then finally I'll just go and dot so I just need to join this one over here, and I'll just put in the empty string for now, and this should return as the string for now. And this is what we are going to return from here, or I guess I'll just return it directly from here. So just return this one, and once I have this one, I'll just go and copy this one, and I need to pass it over here, the message, and I'll just pass in our content that we have over here. And once we get back the string, we are good to go. So from here we are going to return our message we get over here, and in the message we get, we can pass in the each from the user, and then this will be each from user should be of the, not here, this should have the user role, and if the user, if it is of the, this should be of the each user or not, right? And we need to import, so let's import this one first of all, and this is a boolean value that we need to pass in. So we'll just say content.role. If it is of equals to the user, then it will be of the true, otherwise it will be of the false, and then the message, the text that we have to pass in over here. And that is the thing that we just have to pass in over here. And let's try to rerun our application. Let's go over here, and currently we can't see anything because the chat history is of the empty. So next step is that we need to send that to the API and get some response back. And currently we just have this one, that is not correct one. We need to implement the API call using the generative AI over here. So let's do that on the next lesson. Till then, have a great day. Let us continue with our lesson over here. So the next step is we need to send this one to the API. For that, we need to validate if there is a text or not. So for that, what we'll do is we'll go and add one let's say a global key, for that we'll GL global key, and that will be of the form state over here. And let's say this is of the form key, and that should be one. So I'll just make use of the form key over here. We need to validate the form, and for this particular the text field, I'll wrap this one with the wget over here, and this will be of the form over here. And here I'll add the key for this one, that will be of the global key. And now we can do the validation over here. So let's go over here and let's remove this one for now, and I'll check for the condition. So I'll just create a final that will be of the each valid valid, which will be of the form key that we have. And let's say underscore the form key that we have, not the focus node, form key that we have, the current state, and then the validate over here. And we'll just say if this will be of the true or false, right? So if it is not valid, then we'll return the false. And here we'll check the condition. If not valid, then we just don't want to do anything. We'll just return it from here, right? And then if it is of the valid state, then what we will do over here is we'll go and first of all set the state over here. and that will be of the is loading the true. So because now we are going to call the API, we'll set that the value of loading is to be of the true. And then we'll just go and set the next step will be of the try catch block over here. We need to also catch some error over here. And then first we'll get the var of the response from the API. That will be of the we need to make use of the await. Since this is of the await function, I'll have to make use of the async. So this, not this one, it should be of the async function, because we need to make asynchronous call, and so I can await over here. So here the chat session that we have dot the send the message, I'm going to send the message over here, and message will be of the content, right? Content dot the, I'll send the data or text, because we are just sending a text over here. The text value will be of the message that we are passing in over here, or this will be of the, let's say message over here, not the send message, message over here, and that is what we are going to pass in over here. So let's try to arrange this one properly so we can see it clearly over here, and then that should be fine. So this should return us the response over generated content response over here. And here I'll just go and set this one to be of the, let's say this will be of the final, and then the text over here, text final text, and that will be of the response that we have. So right, so res the response dot the, I can get that the text from here. So I'll get the text, and I guess this one can be also of the final over here. And once we have this particular text value, right, and this can be of the null. So if it is of the null, then if it is of null, we can show some error, or otherwise we are just, for now let's just go and set the state over here. And this will be of the first thing that we have to do over here is the each loading will be of the equals to the false over here, false false over here, which means that we want to disable the loading now. And then that should be the one, and then we also need to check if it is of the null or not. And for that, let's just go and create one more function below this one, and that will be of the, let's say, a void, and then the show error over here, and we'll pass in the string that we want to show. So let's say string, and then the message over here. And once we have that, let's just go and show the dialog, or you can show the dialog over here. That should be fine. And here let's try to arrange this one properly, and then we are going to close it over here. The context will be of the current context builder will be we need to pass in the context over here, because this builder requires the context or the build context over here. And let's go and return our alert dialog from here. So let's just go and return the alert dialog from here, and I'll just say the text will be of the error, or you can just give some error over here. And in the content, I guess I'll just go and make this one, let's just set something like the we want to set something, it may be a long error, so we can also set this one to be of the single child scroll view over here, so we can scroll that particular error. And in the child, we'll just go and set that one to be of the text over here, and pass in the message that we got from here. So we'll pass that one over here. And you can also add some, I guess, the actions over here. Actions is the list, so let's just go and add the text button over here, text but text button, and I guess that should be fine. And on pressed, we need a function callback over here, and then we will do the navigate.pop the current route. So we'll just close the current dialog, and in the child we are going to pass the const of the text over here, and that will be just of the something like a okay over here, or let's just make this one as a uppercase, which is of the okay over here. And I guess that should be the fine over here. You can just go and play around with this particular configuration. Boolean is scrollable, each of the false, or maybe we can just set that one to be of the each scrollable should be of the true over here. And I guess that should be fine. And let's just go and show this error if the we'll just go and check for the condition if the text, right, so that if the text, right, text is of the empty, or okay, so we will also go and say we have to check the text each of equals to the null, or if the text is of the empty, then we are going to show that particular error, right? And also we have to call the set state over here, which is to the set the loading to be of the false over here as well. And we need to pass some error message, and I'll just say that, let's say the no RSP response was found found, or no response was found, or you can just say no response, something you can give some message over here, right? And since we are using a multiple time this particular set state, what we can do is we will extract it to one function, and that is to just set that particular state over here. Just copy this one, and let's go on to the top somewhere here, and I'll just convert that one to be of the void and set LOA loading. And here we are going to grab that particular value, and let's just go and set this one. So I'll just copy this and paste it over here, and then we'll call this particular the loading over here, and set loading. We want to pass this one to be of the false over here, and let's just close it over here. And over here we'll also set this one as this one over here, and over here we'll also set that one over here to be of the false over here. So that should be the one. And if it is of the null, then we are going to show this one, right? Otherwise, so we need to make use of the else condition actually over here, and otherwise we are going to set this one to be of the, and that should be fine. And next is in the catch error, we also want to show that particular error message. Just copy this and paste it over here, and that will be of the e, and I'll just pass this one over here. So e dot the, I guess I have to convert it to a string, and that will be good enough as well. And also I'll make use of the final block over here, and this one will also set that to of the loading. And also we just need to do some of the stuff like we need to clear our text controller, and I need to clear that, and also request the focus to this particular the text field. Currently we just have one focus, but later in the stage, if you have more place to be focused, then we can request it over here in this particular stage over here. So that should be a good one, and we'll call this one from whenever we click that particular button. So let's try to test it out, and let's just try to go and restart our application. Go to the chat, and I'll just say hello over here, and that is okay. So we got some error. Method doesn't allow a unregistered caller. That is because we haven't set up the API. I haven't set up the API key. So let me just set the API key. So here you can see that the error for the API key, which means that our catching the error is correctly working fine, right? That's cool. So next step, let me add that one, and let me come back over here. And now let's try to go to the chat, and I'll try to send some text like the hi over here, and let's wait for the response. It's also not updating the loading state, so no response was found. But here we actually got some over here. So we got some error that we need to fix over here. We actually got the response, but it's saying that no response was found over here. So let's try to fix this one over here. And I guess we will just remove this or condition from here, maybe because of that. So let's try to remove that, and let's try to see if it is working. So let's try to reload this one again, and let's go back to the chat from here, and I'll just say the hi from here, and let's just send this one over here. And yeah, we got now. And can you write me a little later? Okay, and just try to send this one out. So the loading state is also not actually working over here, and actually you can see that it is able to do, and we can see our UI is also working fine. But the thing is that the set loading is, I guess it's not working correctly. Okay, so here it should be of the true, right? So it should be of the true. We made a mistake over there, and the rest of the things will be of the false. So let's try to redo this one, and that is cool, right? And so now we can see that we got that, and this is also disabled over here once it is loading. Thank you for your help over here. And if I try to send this one, and you can see it's disabled, and that is in the loading state. That's working perfectly fine. So now we have the working chatbot over here. Now you can chat with the API and the Google generated AI, and then you can see we got the nice looking UI as well. You can chat, send a message, you have the loading state, all using just a simple statement management solution, which is using the set state over here. So we just make use of a set state, nothing more complicated over here. So that's all for this particular lesson, and in the next lesson we'll see how we can make use of the image to text section over here, or we'll be using the Gemini Vision Pro over here, and we'll send the image and we'll get back some text based on that particular image. So let's continue on that on the coming up lesson. Till then, have a great day.